news stories for you is firstly Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed just a few minutes ago issued a tweet about which Beline Siam, Ethiopian PM office spokesperson, also talked, I think, 2 days ago. Ethiopian PM is inviting Ethiopian diaspora to visit Ethiopia for Christmas celebrations. He says he hopes to receive around 1 million Ethiopian diaspora in Ethiopia by January the 7th. Why is he inviting Ethiopians living abroad to visit Ethiopia? Secondly, viewers, Tigray-backed news sources have shared a footage of Don't Strike on Takeze hydropower project. 48 hours ago, Tigray news sources claimed about this airstrike. Getachoreda also tweeted about that. We are waiting for visual confirmation. So far, Ethiopian government has not issued any official statement in this regard. And lastly, viewers, Jeffrey Feltman, US envoy to the Horn of Africa, has appeared on a channel ESAT TV. He is being criticized for appearing on this channel. What did he say while he was on ESAT? First news story is about Ethiopian PM's invitation to Ethiopian diaspora to visit Ethiopia. Why is Ethiopian government inviting Ethiopian diaspora? Two major reasons. Firstly, Ethiopian economy is under serious stress. No doubt about that. Ethiopia is in need of money. Ethiopian diaspora contributes to Ethiopian economy, and Ethiopian government needs Ethiopian diaspora support. If you remember, a few days ago, Amhara regional government issued assessment of the losses suffered by Amhara region due to the ongoing conflict. In that assessment, Amhara region had called upon Ethiopian Amhara diaspora to contribute towards the rebuilding of Amhara region. So, Amhara region, Afar, Ethiopia, Ethiopian government, all are calling for contribution from Ethiopian diaspora to rebuild Ethiopia. Secondly, Ethiopian diaspora has played a role in challenging a narrative which was being shared by Tigray backed sources by Tigray supporters abroad. When this war started, Tigrayan diaspora launched a narrative that it was a genocide of Tigrayans, that Tigrayans were facing injustice. Then gradually, Ethiopian government, Eritrean government, they also mobilized Ethiopian Eritrean diaspora, which then countered Tigray's narrative. And we have seen huge rallies, no more rallies. Then no more campaign was launched against alleged biased attitude of international media towards this conflict in support of TPLF and against Western and US intervention in Ethiopian internal affairs. So, Ethiopian government has been trying to mobilize diaspora against Western policies about this conflict and against Western media's reporting about this conflict. That is why this diaspora has played a role in helping Ethiopian government. If you remember, viewers, several weeks ago, Joe Biden issued an executive order. Despite the issuance of this executive orders, US bodies so far have not imposed any sanctions on Ethiopian government. It's partly due to the pressure from Ethiopian diaspora living in the US. We have seen massive rallies in the US, in several cities of the US against alleged biased foreign policy adopted by the US against Ethiopian government. That is why Ethiopian PM is inviting Ethiopian diaspora for Christmas celebrations, and 1 million is the target of Ethiopian diaspora due to visit Ethiopia by the 7th of January. Secondly, viewers, Tigray-backed news sources have shared a video of the drone attack on Takeze hydropower project. It was not just a claim, a video evidence has been shared by Tigray-backed news sources. Ethiopian government so far has not issued any statement. Ethiopian government is not rejecting the drone strike on Takeze power. Even that attack did happen. Drone strike did happen. A civilian facility has been targeted by Ethiopian Air Force. And lastly, Jeffrey Feltman appeared on ESAT TV a few hours ago, where he talked about Ethiopian conflict. He is under fire for appearing on a channel backed by Ethiopian government. Well, there is nothing wrong with Jeffrey Feltman's appearance on ESAT. He can appear on Tigray TV as well. What matters is what he said there on ESAT. Well, during his appearance, firstly, he called for the withdrawal of Tigray Defense Force from Afar and Amhara regions. But he did not call for the withdrawal of Amhara forces from Humra, Volkait, Sagede. Secondly, Jeffrey Feltman appreciated Ethiopian PM's vision of Ethiopian identity. He said Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmed has inspiring vision of Ethiopian identity which transcends ethnic divisions. Watch two videos. First video shows Takeze hydropower project, which was hit by a drone strike, and second video is Jeffrey Feltman's interview on ESAT TV. Thanks for watching.
So now I go to my question. I want to start with breaking news. As you might have heard today, the Ethiopian government has announced that it has taken over significant territory from the TPLF in the northern part of Ethiopia. Are you aware of that?
I mean, we're following the news very, very closely, and of course, we share the goal of wanting to see an end to this conflict, and we share the goal of wanting to see the TPLF, TDF, whatever you call them, back in Tigray and out of Amhara and Afar. I mean, the Prime Minister has a very inspiring vision about an Ethiopian identity that transcends those ethnic divisions. But unfortunately, right now, the situation to us is not conducive for discussing that vision that he has, because people are fighting, and fighting tends to polarize people. Fighting tends to deepen ethnic identities and ethnic grievances. Again, it's another reason why we are so committed to trying to find a way to promote a peaceful way forward. That as I've said in other forum, and you may have heard me say this. When I've had the honor to meet with the Prime Minister, he's been very generous with his time and his analysis. When I've had the opportunity to talk to TPLF leaders, I'm struck by the fact that what they define as their primary goals, the sides' primary goals, are not mutually in contradiction. They're not mutually irreconcilable. The Prime Minister, understandably, wants to see the Tigrayan forces out of Amhara and out of Afar and back in Tigray. That's an understandable objective, and it's one that we share. The Tigrayan leadership, TPLF leadership, tell us they want to see an end to the humanitarian problems, the commercial blockade of Tigray. That's an understandable objective. We share it. These things are not mutually irreconcilable. These things can be reconciled through a political process. I know that the Prime Minister and probably the TPLF leaders don't believe us when we say there's no military solution to this conflict. They're clearly pursuing what they would see as a military solution.